Cayman Airways honored the last commercial flight of Captain Dave Scott, a well-respected pioneer in Cayman Islands aviation history. Captain Scott helped to lay the solid foundation which Cayman Airways benefits from today. His remarkable career at Cayman Airways comprised almost 40 years of service in the cockpit with over 25,000 hours of flying. He is widely accepted as the most experienced pilot within the Cayman Airways pilot body. Captain Scott is a son of the soil that the entire Cayman Islands is proud of.
On my final landing in Cayman, one of the things I was thinking in the back of my mind, please make it be a smooth landing. And I wanted everything to go as clockwork because I had my wife of 20 years on board, all my children and all my grandchildren. So I wanted everything to be perfect. And as it happened, it turned out that way. And one gentleman was there who happens to be our deputy chairman of the board, Mr. Norman Bodden. And why I'm mentioning him is because Mr. Norman interviewed me and hired me in 1978. And he said to me that it's the best investment Cayman Airways ever did by hiring me. And I was a little bit taken back by that. I'll always be grateful to him. I was on the flight operations team that negotiated the fleet modernization program. And when we decided that the 737-800 aircraft would be the bridge aircraft and that it was in Budapest, right away I said, we'll deliver it, don't worry about that. And Mr. Worm said, that's fine, we'll deliver it. There's a huge amount of paperwork involved in acquiring new equipment. One of the things I was looking at was the registration. There are different registration marks available. I found the ideal one. Victor Papa Charlie November Golf, Cayman Next Generation. I picked it, called the CAA, asked them to reserve it for us. Called Mr. Worms and he said, beautiful. And that's why this first 800 registration is what it is.
Captain Dave Scott began his career as a pilot in 1970 at the age of 17 when he began his flight training. By the age of 19, Captain Scott was an accomplished flight instructor and private charter pilot, and at the age of 21, he became a commercial pilot. By 1978, Captain Scott had a formidable amount of flying experience and returned home to contribute to the development of a then fairly young Cayman Airways Limited. He started out as a first officer on the Bach 111 fleet and rose to the rank of captain in January 1980. His career with Cayman Airways would take him into the skies on board every type of jet aircraft ever operated by the airline, including the Boeing 727 and 4 different models of Boeing 737 aircraft, as well as the recently acquired Boeing Next Generation 737-800.
The new fleet is going to be very, very fuel efficient. The MAX aircraft are 20% more efficient than the 737-300s we're flying right now. Plus, it has the range that the 737-300 doesn't have. You know, if our shareholders and the board of directors decide that they want to go to Denver or Los Angeles or Vancouver for that matter, a new aircraft can come out of here and go non-stop, no problem. For such a small little island, to produce a significant amount of pilots to the point where we have managed to crew the whole jet fleet with all Caymanian pilots. It's significant because I came from Cayman, which is a small island, educated in Jamaica, and I picked a profession which you can succeed in easily in a bigger country with it. In a smaller country like Cayman, it's not very easy. Because at the time there was no Cayman Airways, there was Cayman Brac Airlines, but not Cayman Airways. So I went the long route. Cayman Airways was formed. I joined them in 1978 and I worked my way up to become a captain at 28 years of age. That's significant because I became a captain on January the 1st, 1980. That's a long time being in the left seat of an aircraft. My greatest accomplishment as a pilot is having flown for almost 40 years for Cayman Airways and had no incidents. That's not easy to do in today's world. In my present job as Vice President of Flight Operations, you will notice that a lot of things I keep repeating involve the word safety. And that is always foremost on my mind, everything I do. My job description starts out by saying I'm responsible for the safety, legality, and efficiency of the flight operations within the airline.
We at Cayman Airways are especially proud of Captain Dave Scott's accomplishments and his contributions to the airline and the Cayman Islands. We will continue to look up to his leadership as Vice President of Flight Operations and continue to build on his outstanding example.